baked it with kind of wet tires. And since the baler and the 1086 are heavier than everything else, well, they're definitely getting everything pushed in the mud. You can kind of see maybe the pickup wheels are a little wet, and I don't have much weight on those. I got those running real light. I never run the pickup too heavy. Just because I'm trying to keep it light, keep it out of the ground. I don't have to get off and inspect the wetness. I kind of showed some of it off while raking, but we might as well bale while it's wet. Let's come forward, everybody. We got a ways to go on this bale. I got another thing of net wrap with me. Might have to put some net. That's the wet area back there. I should have left that and hoped I could have square baled it in a week or so. It's mostly clean-ish and kind of wet-ish. Hey, there's a red-tailed hawk. He's probably happy we mowed some snakes or mice or voles. Yeah, look at them tracks up ahead. Hopefully you can see those way down there. That's not good. We're not tracking it up everywhere, but I think you can kind of see the wetness on the tires. Now, I've done this before. I've done square bales where I've had wet tires like this, but I knew that field was a swamp, and that field had gone like over a week without rain at that time a few years ago. Yeah, look at the bale monitor. Yeah, we're getting close. So yes, what a joy. Baling dry hay on wet ground. I keep telling myself one of these years I'll get to redoing this field. This isn't gonna be it. Definitely not. Definitely not. We gotta be getting close. Not quite. Well, I guess this grass is soft and fluffy because it seems like it's taken a while to make bale, and I think the windrows are pretty hefty. I mean, they're not giant, but they get underneath the tractor okay. Oh, there, it's time. Lever down. There goes the net. See it come around, and by the time that it cuts, that should be about 2.5. I gotta like play a guessing game of how soon until I gotta replace the net. It's getting close, I know. And I'm sure that'll make this video. It could be kind of dark by the time that happens. Ah, these darn short days. Come on, I miss my wind guard. I know, I miss it too. Stuff it in there. Come on. Doing stuff for forks. Don't you just love coaxing the machines along? There we go, it's sucking it in. Off to the races we go. At least I don't have a John Deere and I gotta put baby powder all over it. I don't know why. I see that on some of the hay forums. You gotta put baby powder on John Deere round balers. Like, I mean, they might be a pain in the butt and you get but do you get like a rash from them or something? Why do you gotta baby powder your round baler? It's something to do with the net wrap. I don't know. I'll probably never have a John Deere baler. If you can't tell, we don't like green paint around here. Everything's red or blue. Or a light shade of rusty red. Trusty and rusty never lets us down. Now this roll of wrap just keeps giving. I was hoping it would run out before it got dark. But it's not, so we're gonna keep rolling. Yes, we can assess the wetness. You can kind of feel it. You can see where it's dry, you can see where it's wet. And that's not dew, that's just soil moisture. Haven't needed that yet. Another grasshopper jumped away. Took their home away this week. Might as well take a look at one of these before it gets too terribly dark. Take a look inside. Now I can't see much inside, can't get our fingers in. Looks like grass. Funny thing, a bunch of stuff always gets caught on the door, a bunch of schmutz, and then falls on the top of the bale. I don't know if there's any way around that. rather than driving away before it dumps out. It's not a big deal. If we roll it over, it'll fall off. Whew. Yeah. So, trusty rusty 1086. Of course, by the time this video gets out, it'll be well past, and we'll probably already see the destruction. We saw a whistling diesel about a 1206, and you know, we're all sure he'll destroy it. About a shiny one. And yeah, some of you guys probably drive like he does, breaking things, getting all down on my less than new machines. But treat it nicely, pat it on the steering wheel, maybe rub the cab a little bit, give it some encouragement, check the oil, change the oil, you know, minimal maintenance stuff, and it'll keep working just fine. Don't need shiny paint to farm, but it's more impressive if you're gonna make a channel about destroying stuff to have shiny things to make everybody mad. Wish you would have bought a 4020 at least. There's millions of those. Plus we know how my feelings of green paint. We all know looks aren't everything. But it sure sells sometimes. Here's one of the wet spots. It's one of the less bad wet spots. I don't have brown stripes going just yet. I already have one spot like that, so that's not great. I told Nick he could make a video, or not a video, he could just form his channel all around destroying stuff. The problem is he doesn't always have to try, it just breaks on him. That's kind of the sad part. It still hasn't gotten that combine home. So that's not a good sign. It's just like it knows he's coming, so it decides to give up, lay down and brake before it can even get home. Well, that's new. It won't even get out. Get out, dumb Bale. I've never had that happen before. I might as well stop and look at this because it doesn't happen too often. Why'd you get stuck? Come on. That's probably why. I can feel it. Oh, get out. Well, this is, I guess, what you'd call a constipated round baler or a prairie dogging round baler. I don't know. We're trying to push it out and it just won't come. I guess I'm gonna have to do like a back up and stop real fast. I know they made wet bales with this baler before I got it. They were wrapping them, so moisture shouldn't be an issue. It'll just fall out. Doors all the way up. We were going backwards to pop it out. Well, we'll try the good old back up real fast and hit the brakes. Of course, with low RPMs, it could be slow. Okay, we gotta make sure it's turning. Oh, there. Oh, don't run over the bale. Well, I guess that's how you end baler constipation. Don't want to have to do that again. Never have done it before. I've rolled bales down hills. I've lost them in the creek. I've had round bales fall off the wagon, but I've never had them essentially almost get stuck in the round baler. I've had them not string. I've broken shear bolts and gotten them too big. I can still kind of see it. We'll see who we can make mad with this little tidbit. So obviously the red light is the oil pressure light, which everything functions, and it's gone away before and then it'll come back. I think it's a problem. But I fixed it, just like we had to do to the check engine light on my grandma's car. Everything was okay, it checked out fine, but the check engine light wouldn't go away. So we fixed it. And the car ran fine until she passed. And then the young kid who bought it ran fine for a long time too. Just a wee bit of electrical stuff to probably deal with. That'll make somebody mad. And that kind of gets me back to how whistling diesel makes everybody mad. You know, we all get too roped up into how nice the things are. But you know, we're all talking about him. It's what we're doing right now. And see, that's the problem, is he's getting the free press about breaking stuff. We all talk about it, we get mad, but then we all go back and watch it again. So the problem is, if you want him to quit, you just gotta kind of ignore it. Kind of like some things you just kind of gotta forget about and magically they'll get better. And you'll say, you know, and then some people wonder, like he's just, you know, some spoiled kid. I mean, it might have started out that way, but now, because you're all talking about it and watching the train wreck, it's self-sustaining. You know, getting millions of views on a video destroying something, that'll pay for lots of shiny new things to then go back and destroy again. So it doesn't matter how we got started anymore. It's all because we like to go back and watch that train wreck, right? So what I'm saying is, you should watch more videos of me with my old rusty stuff doing useful things. Just everyday normal people stuff. Well, normal farmer stuff, I guess. Rolling up hay, chasing around chickens, feeding the cows, playing in the mud in general. I don't plan on that, that just happens against my will. Gotten pretty good at it, unfortunately. Which reminds me, I should have hooked the round baler to the 1486 because it's got the duals. And I would have made full use of them in some places here. But then I would have had to figure out how to wire up the net wrap. You know, I still haven't converted that to a hydraulic setup with a tiny little cylinder. That would be very universal to all the tractors. Well, we're done. It's a wee bit darker than I'd like, but we're done. And this was the last bale. I haven't looked at any of these to see the net wrap. I'm blindly doing the net wrap because I can't see inside, you know, the bale very well, like inside the baler. Oh, that's dry. Yeah, it'll sweat out. It'll be okay. Almost got stuck once, but I didn't. It sure looks like I did. Way back there in the back that I was pointing out where it was wet earlier. Tires are wet. We gotta come back here and crank up the pickup. I didn't get stuck, but I had to back it up, rebite. One thing I kind of figured on and knew I was gonna have to do was not follow my tracks from mowing and raking exactly. So I had to be off just say a foot so my tires weren't, you know, right in line with all my previous passes. And it's a good thing we got the super sweep. Those bales might be a little crooked, but as long as I was, you know, cutting a fresh path, I was fine. So yeah, I probably should have had the 14 with the duals on, but we're done. And well, we got a winter's worth of weather that'll hopefully just soften those tracks out. So I'll catch you guys later with more fun farming action. And we didn't need net wrap. So at least two things didn't go wrong, just a little bit of mud, and we didn't run out. That roll just keeps on giving. It just keeps on giving. There's still a wee bit there, but next field I'll definitely need it. I won't even get 10 bales out of that. It's my first year with net wrap, trying to figure out how far a roll goes.